boxing Don King documentary?
Muhammad Ali like Barack Obama robbed us.
Because I love them. I love them, and I thought it was just so nice that they would give me an opportunity for me to make them rich so that I could rob them, because they were poor when they came to me, and there wasn't nothing to rob.
Today, Don King is 91 years old. The man has been famous.
First of all,
Damn!
this nigga doesn't give a fuck. I've heard the stories about Don King. This is probably gonna go into depth, obviously. But from what I heard, like, nigga was taking money from niggas, but like him just openly, no remorse, is crazy as fuck. But he low-key was spitting facts. I mean, he not spitting fat, like, he said some fried shit. But it's like the way he worded it was low-key like fire, so it kind of made it not fucked up. The nigga said, they came to me broke. I'm happy I could give them money, so I was able to rob them. Nigga low-key set a bar. Like, hey, fuck it, man. I'm the one to say it. It's fucked up. Yeah, he's a villain. But nigga, that nigga set a bar. I don't give a fuck what nobody gotta say. That nigga said, nigga, I gave you money for you to be able to get robbed, nigga. You're welcome. Came to me, bro. But low-key, though, hear me out, chat. If he robbed them and they still had money afterwards, hey, he still low-key blessed them, though. Basically, this Indian gift. Nigga gave him money and took it back. Nigga is an S-tier Indian giver. That's what I'll say. Let's say it like that. I think that's perfect. That's a perfect title for him. He is a professional Indian giver. That's what Don King is. Nigga gave them the ability to get money just so he could take it back.
Since the 70s and had a vice grip on the sport of boxing during his golden age.
Nigga loved the fuck out of that fucking hairdo. God damn, that nigga had that hair through. That had that hairstyle through it all. That nigga was black and healthy with it first. Shit faded out and turned gray into a troll dog. That's the only reason I used to know Don King growing up. That nigga looked like a troll dog when I used to watch boxing. Folk look like he got electrocuted. Folks look like he got electrocuted and he just chilling though.
With the fake persona, wacky.
Look, bro. That nigga is Static Shock. Look like that nigga rubbed his feet on the carpet, like in every piece of carpet in his room. It touched his fucking edge up and his shit just that nigga did a sight. That nigga put energy in his edge up and it sparked his hair like that, bro. Hey.
Haircut and the gift of gab.
That's just a wild hairstyle.
Don pioneered the art of selling big money fights. Don was always in the spotlight and more memorable than some of his fighters. He engineered some of the most entertaining boxing fights in history. The Rumble in the Jungle and the Thriller in Manila, to name a few. Being both a business and people genius, Don finessed his way into almost every major boxing star's pockets during the sport's golden age. And for that, he's remembered as a silver-tongued, money-hungry crook. King had many critics over the years, but nobody could deny his ability to stage a major event. He's been slandered, sued, and investigated by the FBI.
Zoe?
Yeah. From meeting for coffee
Megan, I love you.
to meeting the family.
But survived every single time. King gave boxing the corrupt label it has today, but changed the scale and economics of the sport forever. For himself, Don bought multiple estates, a Statue of Liberty replica, luxury cars, and a 400-acre ranch in Ohio. Today, he has a net worth of $150 million. So,
now they get my state.
Today, he has luxury cars and a 400-acre ranch in Ohio.
Okay.
Today, he
got a little ranch in the city. I mean, not in the city, the state. He in Ohio. This AI is terrible. This shit looks nuts. If I know it's him because of the videos about him. If they showed me this picture, there's no way you know that's Don King. This is a terrible AI picture.
He has a net worth of $150 million. So, what's the story of the boxing game finesse god? Don grew up poor in Cleveland's ghettos, losing his dad in a steel.
What the fuck is he? What was that person doing? Skating? Were they body skating?
Don grew up poor.
Y'all see the mouse? What the fuck is this? What is he doing? Does this nigga have like ice skates on his kneecaps? It's not even his kneecaps, his knees right here. Bro, does this nigga have a fucking ice skate on his waist? Nigga got a belt. Nigga tied the ice skates through his belt loops and then put his hand in some more skates and just... That don't look safe, bro. Whatever the fuck he doing
Poor
don't
in
look
Cleveland's
safe.
Ghettos, losing his dad in a steel plant
And he was stuck. Folks had no traction. Nigga was stuck in the middle of the ice.
accident when he was just 10 years old. So he sold bags of peanuts at local gambling houses to get by.
Damn,
Don and
that's
his brothers
low-key
made a
beastie.
killing doing this.
That's old school gambling. Them niggas had a dice in a fucking bird cage and just swung it around. Oh yeah, that is. Let's give a round of applause at how fucking better gambling got, because that shit was crazy.
And as a
This
sales
looks
gimmick,
crazy.
they added lucky numbers into the bags. People would then use the numbers when betting on the mafia-controlled numbers. For the unacquainted, the numbers was an illegal lottery where a bettor attempts to pick 3 digits to match those that will be randomly drawn the following day. In high school, Don tried his hand at boxing. The kid, they called him. However, after getting knocked out
so
a
he
few
was a
times,
boxer too.
he decided that boxing wasn't for him. Instead,
oh my God, is that Don King? And he punched him in his ass.
after getting knocked out a few
Oh
times,
God.
he decided that boxing
Oh man, yeah, Don. That's why he finesse boxers. He don't like them. That nigga was getting manhandled in the ring.
wasn't for him.
Look at this hit, bro. Punch him in his ass.
Instead,
Bang. Oh no, that was his side. That shit hurt. They about to throw up.
King's hustle of choice would be the
Ooh.
numbers.
Oh my God, was that really him? Yeah. W move. W move, buddy.
A math whiz, natural-born hustler. At just age 20, King was well on his way to becoming a successful numbers runner. Cadillac Slim was his new street name, and by the 1950s, he was the most successful numbers runner in Cleveland. With the profit, he set up a nightclub too, the New Corner Tavern Supper Club, part of the Chitlin Circuit, where the likes of B.B. King and Muddy Waters would perform. It was a big spot in Cleveland, likes of B.B. King. The New Corner Tavern Supper Club, part of the Chitlin.
That name is disgusting. That is diabolical. I always want to give a shit and be funny with it. The Chitlin Circuit? What the fuck?
Circuit, where the likes of B.B. King and Muddy Waters would perform. It was a big spot in Cleveland.
Oh, that shit is Chitlin
In 1954,
Circuit. That shit sounds
3
crazy.
men from Detroit tried to rob one of King's gambling houses. He shot and killed one of them, but beat the charges. He had shot the man in the
shit.
back.
And he was in Cleveland. That nigga from Ohio. Okay, he got a hat.
On April 20th,
Con ain't with that
1966,
bullshit, though.
a Cleveland police
He don't like
officer
when
would
people
arrive
take
to the
from him,
scene of a
obviously,
scuffle
though.
outside a local bar.
Nigga, hypocrite.
He found a 6'4", 250-pound Don King was stomping Sam Garrett into the ground over a $600 debt. Sam's alleged last words, "I swear I'll pay you back, Don." He fell into a coma shortly after and died 5 days later.
Damn, this nigga.
Don was originally charged
menace.
with second-degree murder. He was facing life in jail. After some tampering with the jury, the charge was magically brought down to manslaughter, and Don was sentenced to 10 years instead. While inside, Don embarked on a mission of self-education. He read and crammed hundreds of books and quotes, turning himself into a man who could quote Shakespeare at will, a gimmick that would serve him well in his promotion career.
Oh, shit.
When he got out, Don was fully set on not going back to jail. Looking for a more legitimate hustle, Don considered music, film, and then settled on boxing. Not as a fighter, but as a promoter. With his close friend, singer Lloyd Price, the two brainstormed Don's venture into the promotion game. Don also needed Lloyd to introduce him to Muhammad Ali, a close friend of Lloyd's. And finally, they needed an idea for an exhibition fight to announce Don to the boxing world. This was their idea for the Ali exhibition fight. Don had the idea to model himself as an MC and a promoter, add some live performances, and use Ali's presence and charisma for what would be a stunner of a show. With no real experience, Don was basically doing an impression of a boxing promoter. Also, many people had reservations of renting an arena to a convicted killer, but Don had an uncanny ability to deliver on outlandish promises. He secured an arena, and the exhibition happened on Euclid Avenue. 8,500 people turned up. Since it was an exhibition, Ali fought the DJ, a sheriff, and an actual fighter that night. It sold 81,000 worth of tickets, a record for an exhibition at the time. King's presence stole some of Ali's thunder too. It was Don's big break, and a lot of people.
Did I hear that right? This nigga fought hella nigga. The nigga fought the DJ. What the fuck? This nigga fought everybody involved in that shit.
Ali fought the DJ, a sheriff, and an actual fighter that.
Nigga fought a sheriff. Them niggas was on some different shit in boxing back then. What the fuck? Nigga finished the fight. Hey, you. Come on, you next. Oh, God.
At night.
Imagine you watching a fucking Muhammad Ali exhibition fight. Nigga whoops a nigga. Nigga do that. The nigga do that. And, you watching that shit. And the nigga fucking says, nigga look at you and be like, I want you next, nigga. That is crazy work, bro.
It sold 81,000 worth of tickets, a record for an exhibition at the time. King's presence stole some of Ali's thunder too. It was Don's big break, and a lot of people could see his talent. After covering all the expenses, Don King gave the hospital only $1,500, a small amount considering all the profit was meant for charity. This would become a pattern with Don, and the first glimpse of the con he really was. In the 70s, Don was getting more influential, especially with the heavyweight contenders at the time. His character started becoming more clear too. In 73, Don flew to Jamaica to watch Frazier versus Foreman. Don arrived with Frazier in Frazier's limo, but left the arena in Foreman's limo after Frazier's knockout loss.
So by the second round, when he done bounced him up and down like a basketball, I was over there in George's corner. So I went into the ring, and so George said, man, you said I would do it. I said, I sure did, George. I knew you were going to do it. You're the champ. You know, he's the new champ of the world. So George said, come on, you got to stay with me. So now I go back out, and the ministers and all of the motorcycle cops and all, and we go out the entourage. I came with the champ, and now I'm going back home with George Foreman in the motorcade.
If Joe had knocked George to one knee,
Yeah, let me hear this answer, bro.
up and down like a basketball, you would have gone home with Joe.
More likely. More likely.
Oh my God, this nigga said I'm going with whoever wins. Nigga openly said, nigga, if Bandwagon was a nigga, this is him.
But I went home with Joe because to the victor goes the spoils. And if I was anticipating going into the ring of promoting boxing, you promote winners, you don't promote losers.
And as a gimmick, he came up with his signature look and on-camera persona as well to distinguish himself from the other promoters. In the 70s, Bob Arum of Top Rank Promotions was Ali's promoter and lawyer. Ali also had all-white promoters previously. The civil rights movement was big at the time, and something Ali was passionate about. This was the start of Don playing the black card with his fighters, that black folk needed to stick together, and greedy white promoters were out to scam and rob them. Don also had the energy of an uncle you had known your whole life, so he did a great job befriending them. In 1974, Don and Ali would link up again for a new venture. Don conceived the idea for a super fight between Ali and a rising knockout machine in George Foreman.
This is Pod 5, the first fully immersive sleep system. Intelligent.
Ali shot at the heavyweight title again. Don guaranteed $5 million to both Ali and Foreman, a record payout for the time. The $5 million offer removed any doubt they had of fighting each other. It also prevented other promoters from booking the fight. After the contracts were signed, Don had 4 months to come up with the venue and the $10 million. He had neither. Don
Oh,
got in touch with
shit.
Mobutu Sese Seko of Zaire.
This nigga set up a fight he had no motion to even do. Nigga took the fattest risk.
A man who had his predecessor executed and publicly hanged his own officials. He secured both the 10 million and the venue, and the plan was in motion. By the time
shit.
Ali touched down in Africa, he was one of the most famous people in the world. Ali quickly got to work, demonizing George Foreman and getting the fans on his side. When George landed, the fans already hated him and chanted, Ali Boumaye, meaning Ali kill him. Ali
Oh
had
my
successfully
God.
created a good guy, bad guy dynamic.
Oh my God.
Ali was seen as an underdog too. A few of the
The
creeds
champ.
of big money fight promotion. Don King was about to make history. There was a 3-night-long musical festival before the fight. On the day of, 60,000 people and international media turned up. The heavy-handed George wailed on Ali for the first 7 rounds, but using his rope-a-dope technique, Ali baited Foreman into punching himself out. In the 8th, Ali decked Foreman with a straight right, shocked the world, and immortalized his legacy. The fight made $100 million in pay-per-view buys, $550 million today.
Damn.
It was watched by
That nigga only paid them 5 each and he took home a bag. Damn! That bitch made 150. That nigga took home 140. He probably paid off a couple. He left with 100 million.
an estimated 1 billion people too, a quarter of the human population at the time.
Damn.
With literally his first professional fight, Don King was instantly propelled to being the biggest promoter in the game.
God damn.
After the massive success of Rumble in the Jungle, boxers were flocking to sign with Don King.
Yeah, they
Don's
wanted
next
some of that
brainchild
money.
was the Thriller in Manila, an event he set up with the help of former Filipino president and kleptocrat Ferdinand Marcos, a tiebreaker considering they were 1-1 on each other. This time there would be a $4.5 million purse for Ali and $2 million for Frazier. Months of media antics and trash talk drummed up massive buzz for the fight. On the day of, they filled the stadium and the world tuned in for the
Manila
trilogy bout.
Gorilla.
Ali ended up winning after a grueling 14 rounds,
Oh my God.
remarking that
Look at
it was the
face.
closest he had ever been to death. The fight more than delivered on the hype and was a massive financial success. Thriller in Manila and the Rumble in the Jungle were King's first 2 pro fights as a promoter ever. No small feat.
That's when they start going in on boxing.
After the
Swear to
Thriller in
God.
Manila, Don would go on to promote 5 more fights for Ali, as well as working with many of the best fighters around, including Sugar Ray Leonard, Leon Spinks, and Larry Holmes. When Muhammad Ali lost to Larry Holmes in 1980, Don paid him $6.8 million of a guaranteed $8 million purse. King persuaded one of Ali's trusted advisors, Jeremiah Shabazz, to take a suitcase to the ex-champ, who was still concussed after a brutal loss in the ring. It contained $50,000 and a contract that stated this was all the remaining prize money Ali would receive for the fight. It also gave promotion rights to King for any future fights Ali may have. Later down the line, Larry Holmes would sue Don King as well, after accepting $100,000 for a $300,000 lawsuit. Holmes commented that King looks black, lives white, and thinks green. By now, Don was known to have both fighters under him, like when Ken Norton fought Larry Holmes. Both men were signed to him, so he was a winner either way.
Regardless.
He had the WBC in his pocket as well, meaning he had the power to ruin careers and prevent title shots for fighters that didn't sign with him. After Ali retired from the sport, Don was searching for a new star to manipulate. Tim Witherspoon was a 23-year-old, 6'3", 200-pound heavyweight who went pro in 1979. When Tim Witherspoon beat Alonzo Ratliff in 1981, Don King popped up from the crowd and was quick to congratulate him. Don was incredibly powerful.
Hey, buddy, what you think
And in
about
the late
signing with me,
70s,
head ass?
he had signed the champ, Larry Holmes, the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 6th contenders. He was paying more than other promoters too. Don King became Tim Witherspoon's promoter, but soon after Tim was being forced to postpone a fight due to an ear infection, Don tried to force Tim to commit to fighting. Tim refused and had his boxing license suspended. Now to get his license back, Tim had the option to sign an exclusive contract with Don, with his adopted son Carl King as his manager, or starve. Not long after Tim ran low on money and had to sign, one of the contracts he signed was blank, implying King could add whatever terms he wanted to the contract after.
What the
One of King's
fuck?
trade
Nigga, These niggas, what the fuck was they doing? Nigga signed a blank paper and let the nigga say whatever. Oh yeah, these niggas knowledge, bro. CTE was in a brain cells away. Like, how the fuck do you do that? Sign a blank paper and let this nigga just write whatever terms. Nigga could literally say 90. Nigga give him a could have been record contract, and it's nothing you can do. Nigga, your signature's already on there. It's crazy.
Mark tactics. For his first title fight under King,
That
Tim
nigga,
made $50K in a narrow
was
split
it like, was he robbing them, or were these niggas just giving money to him? Because that was the nigga. That's the boxer's fault, bro. That ain't no finesse, nigga. Why the fuck did you sign that?
decision fight with Larry Holmes. All the money went to Don. He took his cut, and then Carl took his own. On top of that, there were hidden fees. Fees for seeing Don's doctor, training at his facility, and meals and management fees. Tim would fight and make more for King, but his percentage cut would get lower and lower even though Tim was a big draw at the time. Tim got his next heavyweight title shot 3 years later. He beat Tony Tubbs after a close, hard-fought 15 rounds. But when Tim got his check, it only read a measly $10,000. Ironically, in a time where heavyweight title fights were paying six figures, Tim Witherspoon versus Frank Bruno was next for his first title defense. Bruno was a young future champ with 27 knockouts in 29 fights. 40,000 people turned up, the most in England since when Ali fought Henry Cooper in 1963. In the 11th, Tim got his hands raised after a TKO victory in 1963.
Ali got dropped?
In the 11th,
Oh, that looked crazy. My nigga Ali got dropped by a Caucasian man.
most in England since when Ali fought Henry Cooper in 1963. In the 11th, Tim got his hands raised after a TKO victory. Once again, after all kinds of made-up expenses from Don, Tim's cut was only...
What the fuck was the ref doing? This nigga had him sitting in a corner punching the shit out of him. Ref is hell ref.
Once again, after all kinds of...
Right then, the ref was supposed to break it up. This nigga still is just letting him...
made-up expenses
Wham!
from Don.
Wham!
Tim's cut was only...
Nigga let him get a two-piece while he was already down. It's crazy.
$90K. Bruno, the loser, made $900K.
Oh my God.
By now, Tim was frustrated, bitter, and angry. He gave up on Don entirely, but had one more fight on his contract. His next fight was against James Bone Crusher Smith. By his own account, Tim planned on throwing the fight and losing in the first round. Exactly that happened. Had Tim won, he'd be next up for a fight with King's newest prospect, Iron Mike Tyson. Tim has claimed that he felt liberated after that knockout. He sat down with his lawyer and sued Don for $25 million. But to win the case, Tim needed solid proof that Don had stolen from him. After months of sifting through paperwork, they found the numbers they needed. And in response, Don sent an army of goons trying to intimidate him to settle for less. It was well known that Don King was connected to the mafia as well. The case went on for years more.
This nigga
Don upped his offer.
Demon, bro. Usually it's the young niggas getting the old niggas. The old nigga was connected, fucking with the young niggas.
To $1.2 million.
It's not just about saving time, it's about expanding what's possible.
We are studying much.
But Don was facing tax fraud charges at the time. If Don got indicted, it would take years for Tim to get his money back. Tim took the money in the end and ended up fighting till he was 45.
No. Get off my hand. I ain't doing it. You scumbag. You.
Oh, shit.
A teenage Mike Tyson was introduced to Cus D'Amato after breaking his former trainer's nose in a sparring match.
When it comes, I ain't gonna lie, I just found out that he was promoting Muhammad Ali through this video, but we gonna see the real finesse, because this is the finesse everybody talk about. Is how he fucked over Mike Tyson.
Hailing from Brownsville, Brooklyn, a 13-year-old Mike had dozens of arrests, hundreds of street fights, and was allegedly already his adult height and weight. Cuz saw a young prodigy in Mike and would go on to teach Mike his formidable peekaboo style. After Cuz died, the shark started to close in. Don King was by far the biggest shark. The heavyweight division was booming, and Don had many of the champs in his stable already. Mike Tyson became the youngest heavyweight champ in history at age 20 in November '86. But Jim Jacobs, Mike's manager, and one of the last people who really cared for him, died in '88.
Fuck? Whoa, we're not about to pass that. What the fuck did he just do to him, bro? This nigga kissed this nigga.
But Jim Jacobs, Mike's manager, and one of the last people who really cared for him died in '88, and the Sharks closed in.
Just kissed him on the
Don made sure to be present for Jim Jacobs' funeral, being there for him in a low moment. Classic Don King manipulation. Don King was a pallbearer too, despite having no close relationship with the deceased. Don was positioning himself to replace Jim and Cuss in Mike's life. But Tyson still had Bill Caton in his corner. Tyson already knew Don's character and allegedly swore he wouldn't sign with King. But Don had a talent for talking to young black kids who came from poverty. He also knew of the lifestyle they craved. Don would accompany Mike to concerts, clubs, and connect Mike with celebrities. Don made sure to have cameras present when he was with Tyson too. Don King was also at Mike's wedding. Mike's new wife, her mom, and Don all became set on detaching Mike from Bill Caton. After Mike's marriage turned rocky a few months later, Don cut Mike's wife from all his bank accounts so he could control them himself. And when Mike and Robin divorced, Don was one step closer to controlling Mike. The next step of Don's plan was firing Kevin Rooney, and next getting rid of anyone else. Don instilled in Mike that it was him and Mike against the world. Mike and Don were in interviews and music videos together. Under Don, Mike quickly went from a perceived shy boy to hanging with rappers, criminals, and racking up lawsuits. By 1990, Mike was still earning Don millions, but he was out of control. February 11, 1990, Tokyo, Japan, one of the most shocking days in all of sports. Mike was due to fight James Buster Douglas, but the night before, Bobby Brown and an out-of-shape, untrained Iron Mike had a coke-filled orgy with Japanese hookers. The next day, despite flooring Douglas, Douglas got back up, stopped Mike in the 10th, and stunned the world. Don's unbeatable fighter didn't seem so invincible anymore. After
L. Bobby Brown, nigga, you the reason this nigga got knocked out, bro. My nigga gave him a coke party with Chinese hookers, and he got knocked the fuck out.
everything Mike touched
Bobby Brown's son
was still box office.
That's a crazy,
but 2 years later, Mike was in prison.
I didn't know
After
that
Mike's imprisonment, Don distanced himself from Mike in interviews. He also kept stressing on the fact that Mike wasn't a champ before he met Don. Mike himself had a long 3 years to think in jail. In '95, Don was the first person on the scene when Mike got out. Despite this, Mike fired Don the very next day, but rehired him in a press conference 5 days later. Mike and Don were going to make millions more. Mike had started spending big after prison. He needed plenty of cash to maintain this lifestyle. Fast forward to '97, Mike lost by disqualification in a rematch with Evander Holyfield, biting a part of Holyfield's ear off after repeated unpunished headbutts. As a punishment, he lost his license and was fined $3 million after the biting incident. To make up for the lost income, he signed up for the WWF, a deal for $3.5 million. But shockingly, the WWF also paid Don King $300,000 for something that he had no involvement in. Whether Mike knew it or not, he had signed his likeness rights away to Don King years ago. 30% of his purse and 30% of his bonuses from Showtime and MGM Grand had been going into Don's pockets as well. Don paid his own family members and for maintenance on his houses too. After this revelation, Mike hired a lawyer to review all the contracts that he had signed over the years. Mike started getting rid of his entourage too. He fired his managers, accounts, and attorneys. In '98, Mike sued Don for $100 million. After the lawsuit, Mike got continually broke, but didn't fall for Don's tricks. Don would offer Mike $20 million on a flight to Miami, but Mike refused.
So I'm on. Don King calls me up and he said, Mike, Jackie gets Dawn. She mediates, so she gets Dawn on the phone, and Dawn tells me, I'm with my girlfriend. Dawn tells me, hey, let's just do this over. I'm going to give you this 50 million, 25 million, whatever it was. We're going to squash the lawsuit and everything. And I'm so happy. And then he sends his plane to pick me up. I'm so happy. And I'm so, fuck, I got money. I've been broke for so many years. I thought, oh, I got fucking 50 million. Oh, so I tell my girl, come with me. I'm bragging with my girl. We're going to be loaded. And, I had cocaine. So I did the cocaine, right? Everything was beautiful. I did the cocaine. Then I said, this is my fucking plane. This is the money he stole from me. Whoa, nigga. Oh, let me stop. Y'all feel me?
Right.
Make it out.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I did that cocaine. And oh, what? Like he's doing me a fucking favor. This is my fucking plane. At first I felt like, oh, I'm gonna be balling. I'm in the jet, the fucking, what is the 5 Series, the 6, whatever.
Yeah.
And I said the new jet, and then I did. This is my motherfucking plane. He stole my money, but he's playing me. He playing me like a bitch. He's sending my plane to pick me up, and then my mind started going. And so Don picked me up, right? And I'm fucking thinking, I'm buying. He's like, hey, brother, man, I love you, man. We gonna be rich. Fuck the white people, nigga. Me and you black people together. We got bills. We gonna make millions, nigga. And I'm looking at him. And he's driving. I'm in the back seat, right? And Jackie's in the front seat with him, right? And I'm thinking about, and I is in the back seat of the Rolls Royce. And I know, I go like this. I'm in the back seat, and I just go, boom. And I kicked on, and boom, and the car stopped right in the, no, we're on, is it 95?
95, yeah.
You know how the car's going.
Yeah.
Oh, he go. I'm beating it. I think, Jackie, hold that nigga. I want to get in the front seat. So I said, Jackie, hold this motherfucker, Jackie. Hold, Jackie, you better. I'm going to fucking kill you. Hold that nigga, Jackie. So I want to get in the front seat for I really do some shit. Right? So, but Jackie gets scared. I said, no, Mike, Jackie thinking about the money too, but I lost it. The cocaine made me forget about the money and everything, right? Fuck. And I'm beating this nigga ass. And Jackie doesn't want to hold the nigga because Jackie wants the money. I ain't gonna hold you and let you kill the nigga. We gonna get some money. So Jackie let him go. And I'm so mad at Jackie. I'm so mad at Jackie, right?
Saved his nigga life.
And so listen, right? So we're in the middle, me, my girlfriend, and Jackie. I got a box with my weed and I got cocaine in it, right? And so we're in the middle. The cars are coming by. We're gonna get fucking hit. The cop come and picks us up. And drive me to my hotel and say, you okay, champ, thanks. And that was it. I got the fucking weed and smelling the cocaine and I'm like, fuck. And the cop said, have a good day, champ. I said, fuck. You know, he picked me up on 95 and I'm fighting. And listen, Don King's assistant came because he seen Don and took off, so we did. And so his assistant
Don
came.
started running?
No, he got in the car and took off.
He took off.
Jackie
Don't see in the hair.
He didn't hold him, right? And so I'm mad at Jackie. So his assistant come over and he thinks that we're there. He said, what the fuck's happening? Since he was with Don, I just said, boom, knocked him out. Too? Yeah. Right in the street, right in the middle.
Nigga knocked out the fucking manager. Oh, that nigga was off of pure cocaina. That nigga was tweaking.
The fucking highway's out cold. Wow. And I'm losing it, right? And the cop just came pick me up and drive me, have a good day, champ. Just like that, nothing happened. He ain't trip on the smell of the weed. If you'd have saw that box, you'd have saw that motherfucking 8 balls and shit in there. We just have a good day, champ.
Imagine being able to build anything, for any reason, in any style, at any scale, just by...
Mike declared bankruptcy a few months after the Miami trip. In the end, Don finally got Mike to settle on his terms. He ended up paying Mike $14 million, just enough for Mike to pay his legal fees. Mike left the fight game penniless. Mike Tyson's decline would also spell the same for Don King. Evander Holyfield was Don's next cash cow. Holyfield versus Lewis was set up in 1999. And what seemed like a clear win for Lewis was ruled a draw. One of the judges was proven to have ties to Don King too. Sports journalists went after Don King hard, and Don and the judge were called before commission. The second fight was actually close, but with his reputation permanently tarnished, Don was getting increasingly desperate. There was a mass exodus of fighters leaving Don King, and no one wanted to sign with him. Roy Jones Jr. was the biggest fighter Don had left, and he even left Don, buying his own way out of the contract. The Muhammad
That's a diabolical picture, bro. What the fuck is it, bro?
And he even left Don,
Get your old ass down, bro. If that nigga shot that, he would die. I'm talking about like he would shoot it properly. I'm not saying he would shoot himself, y'all. Like he would shoot it, and the impact from him shooting that big ass shit, nigga just have a heart attack. He too old to be just holding this shit. Look at the white dude in the back. Oh, look at him. Look at the brothers with the guns. Little gangsters. Roy Jones look like a... Folks don't even look right with it. This nigga don't even look right with it, with a strap, bro. Do you want to be a pretty boy or have a fucking chopper, nigga? Folks don't know if he want to be a fucking R&B singer or a Call of Duty skin. Like, nigga doing a pretty boy face with the fucking straps.
His own way out of the contract. The Muhammad Ali Act was formed in 2000 to protect fighters. A lot of it was formed simply based on Don King's crooked tactics.
They had to, this nigga finessed these niggas so hard, they had to make an act. Oh, fuck.
Former fighter ran promotions became more common too. Don slowly faded into obscurity. As for boxing, the sport in general has fallen since Don King's days. Don King was behind the most exciting era in boxing and brought in more money for the fighters and TV networks.
No cap, bro.
And to be fair, wasn't doing anything other promoters weren't. But everything considered, was Don the best or worst thing that happened to boxing?
The nigga got snow in his hair?
I hit Don King with the, you know, Mike Tyson said this and that, and you did this and that, and how do you justify these things? Mike had already signed another promoter. He was coming back for a fight, right? He said, Mike Tyson was with me. He made $20 million a fight, and now he's fighting for 5. Now, I might have stole half, but would you rather half your 20 or all of your 5?
Damn.
I'm going dollar for dollar. 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 I'm going dollar for dollar.
If y'all not watching my daddy, what are y'all doing?